Okay, and now is our last one. So the abdomen. We're going to start back into our bridge. Soles of the feet to the floor, heels draw in toward the buttock. And then slowly take the feet a little further away. So get steady in the pelvis, steady in the feet. Take the hands to the thighs. As you inhale, draw the chin toward the chest, lift the head, and slide on up. See if you can bring your fingertips to your knees. As you exhale, roll down. As you inhale, lift up. See if you can go a little higher, a little higher. As you exhale, roll down. You need to squeeze into your abdomen. Hug your belly in. As you exhale, round up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. A little higher. As you exhale, round down. As you inhale, squeeze, squeeze. Hug your belly in. Hug, 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 hug. Roll forward. Inhale, exhale. As you inhale this time, come up just to the fingertips to knees. Lift the right leg and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the right foot, lift the left and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. 5, 4. Squeeze to your belly. 3, 2, 1. Take the soles of the feet together, knees wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. And really important here to stretch out the abdomen. So you want to pulse the belly. It's a pretty strange action. You just want to relax all the organs, the skin, the tissues of the belly. So stretch the belly, release the belly. Stretch the belly, release the belly. You can do little pumps and start getting into Bhastrika with pranayama. Otherwise, just stretch the surface. And as you inhale, lift the legs up toward the ceiling, stretch the legs, flex the toes back toward the shins, and then let the legs stack directly on top of the pelvis. So not too far back, not too far forward, just in one line. As you exhale, lower slowly the right leg toward the floor. And now I'm going to push down into the spine and pulse your abdomen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the right knee in, cycle the left knee down, and pulse the left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spiral and cycle the legs. Pulse the right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cycle the legs. Coil yourself up to the right and pulse the left. 5. Try to get as long into this left hip as you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cycle the legs. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cycle. Coil up. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the left leg where it is. Float the right and now pulse the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cycle the legs. Hug the left knee in. Pulse the right and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unravel. Extend the left. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cycle up. Coil up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze and pulse the right leg. 5, 4, 3, 2. Remember that long line in the thigh. Unravel. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both legs up. Take the hands to the floor and lower the legs. 5, 4. You can bend the knees if you need to. If your lower spine is hollowing off the floor, you can't push the spine to the floor, bend the knees. Otherwise, legs are straight. Use the hands for support. Lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the head. Hover the feet just off the floor and release. Bend the knees. Take the legs up toward the ceiling and take them wide. And now remember to pulse the abdomen. Pulse, 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 pulse. You just want to stretch out any tension in the groin, in the pelvis, and the organs of the pelvis, as well as the abdomen and lower back. You can wriggle around the legs. You can draw the legs in and out, turn the toes in, turn the heels out. Whatever works for you. Just get released in the legs, in the abdomen. Bring the legs together, bend the knees, roll to one side, And you've got a couple of options. You can either rest the head to the bicep, you can rest the head to the hand, or much harder variation, rest the elbow to the head. So the elbow's on the floor and the hand is resting in the head. You want your feet, your hips, and your shoulders in one line. So you don't want your legs too far forward of the body, jackknifing the body. You don't want your legs too far back. You don't want your shoulders rolling forward or rolling too far back. You want everything in one line. So look down your body, heels, hips, and shoulders, one line. Heels, hips, shoulders, one line. And then flex the feet. Get active, down onto the floor. Really push the body into the floor. Take your top hand to your top thigh. As you inhale, float the leg in its natural plane. So the knee is pointing forward. As you exhale, lower. So just warming up, about 5 breaths in this way. Lift and lower. Tune into what's happening in the abdomen and feel that plane of contact to the floor. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Really stabilize through your belly. Exhale. This time as you lift the leg, it can't go any higher, pivot the leg into the socket. Turn the knee forward and bring it up toward the body. As you exhale, this is where you start getting wonky. Squeeze into your belly, release the leg, and lower it down to the floor. Once the knee is about halfway down, pivot the knee forward, let the leg fall back into its socket naturally and down to the floor. Inhale, lift, pivot, draw it up, and scoop it in toward the body closer as you can. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Do this about 5 rounds, and on the final time, stay here. So wherever it is, if you've got the back of the hamstring, if you've got the back of the calf, the ankle, the toe, the foot, wherever you're working, be steady. Just be really relaxed and balanced. Make sure that the bottom hip, the hip on the floor, is stacked. Or the top hip actually is stacked on the bottom hip. So you don't want your booty sinking back. You don't want to be leaning back and then hips opening. One hip is on top of the other hip. So you need to kind of pull your pelvis forward. You want to keep feeling that the top leg is going back as your hips are driving forward. As you exhale, squeeze to your core and lower down slowly, deliberately for 5. And then roll to your stomach. Take your elbows to the floor and take your hands to or head to your hands. Bend up the knees. Split the knees wide and just rock the feet from side to side, little windscreen wipers. Releasing any tension in the hips, in the abdomen. If the elbows are close into the body, it basically takes the movement to the outer edges of the body. If the elbows are wide away from the body, it kind of takes the awareness into the spine. If elbows are in toward the body, as in toward the torso, then it takes the stretch into the lower back. If you move your elbows forward, it takes the stretch into the thoracic spine. So you can choose where you place your stretch based on where you place your elbows. So play with it. Any given day, you'll have a different experience. So know that you have some control in this. Once you get steady in the placement of the shoulders and the pressure in the spine, then I want you to just find stillness in the feet and relax the front of the groins. Relax your pubis to the floor. Relax your hip bones to the floor. And send your breath, send your awareness into your groins. They're probably feeling a little hollow, like they're very away from the floor. They're very concaved. And with every inhale, imagine that you're blowing up a balloon, and that balloon lives in the groin, and it's pushing out toward the floor. So rather than concave, the groins are becoming convex. And you're just breathing. With every breath, the hips are softening. And once you've breathed, maybe 10, 20 breaths here, roll to the other side and continue. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, make sure your alignment's right with the body and the floor. You've got stability in the abdomen. There's one line from heels, hips, shoulders. No tension in the body. And then eventually allow the leg to draw up toward the body. As you exhale, squeeze into your navel, release it back to the floor. Inhale, the leg will lift and then pivot and then draw closer in toward the torso, not allowing your spine or your buttocks to roll. As you exhale, let it fall toward the floor. Once you've done your 10 rounds this side, 5 and natural, rest in Shavasana. So in your Shavasana, there's nothing to do. Allow this time to be a real honouring of you. A Shamim moment. And open up your senses. Drink in everything you're able to know about yourself this moment, through the body, through sounds, through touch, through taste, through sight, the inner sight as well as the outer. And then as you explore all of your senses, allow them then to discard or receive. And notice when you strip off the senses, what remains. And in that space, rest. Rest for some time, for as long as you can. And drink in that fullness of your nature beyond everything, beyond duality. And that's it. Thank you for letting me share with you what I love. Hopefully you get some benefit out of it. Please practice. I won't know how you're going, but I'm sure you'll go great. And yeah, hopefully we'll see or touch each other or speak to each other, or I can hear how things are going when I leave the ashram again in December next year. So Merry Christmas, Hari Om, sending love to you and your family always. Bye-bye.